Well, now we're going to learn about and understand what is actually in this book, which is the book which I going to publish and called is Building My Own Cash Machine Through Stock Investment. And in this book, it's totally encompasses about 18 chapters. And once we completed this 18 chapter, we really will be the one of the so-called a very savvy investor, which is can constantly profit throughout the stock market. And now we're going to share with you what we're going to learn inside this book. Well, in the first chapter, what we're going to learn, which I call the money cycle game and top three successful secrets of investor. As we know, the skill and the knowledge on knowing how to evaluate the right time to invest in the stock market will determine our long-term success on stock investing. Right? Agreed? So, however, the skill and the knowledge on knowing how to trade effectively will create a market niche in our life. So hereby, we need to understand what kind of secret of all the investor actually is hitting and what are they actually thinking, and we're going to share it in the first chapter. Now, in the next chapter itself, we're going to share about the way investing and trading market operates. As we understand, investment and trading that is a different things. So what does it mean? Normally, when we go for investment, is because we want to go for long terms, right? And what about trading? Trading means that is exchange for something which is at a low price to a higher price. It means that we actually want to make money out of any products or any tools that we're going to trade along the way. And the details of how the way is going to operate about investing and trading, we're going to share with you in chapter 2 to let you understand in depth of that. And how about chapter 3? Chapter 3 is actually the three kind of major segment market players. As we know, the players which is in the stock market is divided into three kinds. The first kind, I call it actually speculator, and the second type of it, second segment is which is called insider traders. And the third segment, which is individuals. We need to understand the ins and outs for these three major segments. How are they going to react? And how are we going to take advantage from them and make money out of it? And followed by the chapter 4. In the chapter 4 itself is the new evolution of value investing. In the new evolution of value investing, we need to understand the history first. What is the history? For the history, we understand investment is actually divided into two types before we go into new generation of the same investor. The past time that we can see a lot of people actually is invested by using the fundamentals analysis. What does it mean? It means that we are actually invest according to the company which has a good fundamentals, such as their company is making good money, they have very good financial health. This is which is I call it the first type of investment. And how about the second type? The second type is actually after the evolution of technologies, then we can know that as a lot of people is trying to use chart, right? They're going to draw the line, they're going to use indicators to try and find the right time to enter and then find out the target profits, by using a very different called the TA like Fibonacci, etc. So this actually is the second type of investor. And how about the third type? The third type is actually I call it the new generation of savings investor, which is a very, very important message and you need to learn. So after we've gone through all these three types, we will understand what is the right way that we need to actually use it for current market situation. I'm going to share with you in chapter 4. And how about chapter 5? In chapter 5 is actually one of the very significant chapter as well, because everybody, as we know, in this planet Earth, we are born to be different, right? Business game, be it in investment game plan or trade game plan, this will be very, very different for every single individual according to their risk tolerance level and their comfortable of times. So I'm going to share with you how we're going to form the investment and trading game plan itself on chapter 5 and on chapter 6. In chapter 6, which is the Mind Map Proactive Plan, I call it the 2M and 2B, which is one of the very important message we're going to share with all of our readers, which is we know that stock market is going to be backed by 4 types of information, which is from the economic elements, social elements, the political elements, the company elements. Any changes in these 4 elements affect the overall stock market and our stock prices. And how about chapter 7? Chapter 7 actually is the power of 3 stock categories, which are called P3. As you know, invest in stock, we have to choose the stock according to our types, right, and our appetite. So if let's say we are going for a long-term investment, then we have to go for long-term type. So here, actually, the chapter 7 is share you 3 categories. That's number 1 is undervalued stock. Number two is momentum stock, and number three is income stock. What does it mean undervalue? Undervalue is normally we go for very long term. You know, like example, we calculated the value which is worth $10, and currently it's selling at $5, so it's very good. It's 50% discount, right? And our category two, which is called the momentum stock. It means that currently actually spike up and break through. So it's a very good stock. Now we can actually go to invest on that and make a short-term profit out of it. And how about category three? Category three is income stock, which provides us consistent income, but it might be not as short-term, but it actually will be able to provide to us a very safe and consistent income. Well, so followed by the chapter A. The chapter A is a big picture of stock market direction. Okay, so as we know, the market or even the future of the market itself, we're going to move on the two or we call it three, okay, market direction, which is the uptrend, the downtrend, and sideways itself. So we have a strategy to share with you how we're going to determine whether the stock market is going to the uptrend, downtrend, or ranging, or we call it sideways at this moment in chapter A. And on chapter 9. On chapter 9 itself, actually, we will learn about the macroeconomics information and how we're going to affect on stock price. Okay, so on here, we actually share and split it into 5 most important elements, which is called interest rate directions and the gross domestic product directions. And then let's say for non-farm payrolls, the decision we're going to make after FOMC meetings or any meetings, you know, and consumer price index and the bond rate directions, which is all this information. Once it will change the overall macroeconomic itself, and eventually it will change the stock market and our stock prices. And in the chapter 10, which is one of the very, very important chapter, that I'm going to put in all the quantitative practice, which is we have to do a lot of calculation here, okay? Be ready for that. And we will learn how to calculate our cut losses point and as well as our profit point, which is called cut losses early and let profits right. And in the history, that a lot of us, we actually use the technical way, which is we use the Fibonacci, you know, we use indicators to find where are we going to exit on the point where we enter. So from here, actually we use the fundamental way, which is the calculation part, to calculate the fundamental way how to set our target profits, which sounds good. All right, so this actually we use the first way that I call is capital risk trade-off level. The second one, which is the gravity momentum level, as well as the third way that I found, which is direction diversion level, which I used for overall 11 years. And this strategy is really, very, very powerful, which I use it, and I want to share with you today. And how about the chapter 11? The chapter 11 actually, which I call the value box trading system, which is one of the best way that I found, which I think that we are actually need to understand the stock market is not moving at a straight line basis, which is like, we know we calculate the real value is actually cost of $10. All right, and now it's selling $5. It doesn't need to straight away from $5 to $10. Am I right? It move on to $6, it drop to $5.50, maybe come back to $7, drop back to $5. So along the way, we draw a line. So after we use the VBTS method, we understand the real value, we draw the line, and we trade along the way to profit on that. And how about chapter 12? The chapter 12 is actually the power of capital, time, and knowledge. Stock market, we need resources, right? So what kind of resources we need, right? The number one we need is capital, because we know cash is king. And number two is time, because we need time to let the so-called the price to move, to appreciate, okay? And we need the third resource, which is called knowledge. If we don't have knowledge, although we have capitals and time, and it will be very, very dangerous, because we might choose the wrong stock and eventually we will wipe out our capitals, okay? So in the chapter 12, I'm going to share with you these three resources and how we're going to gain and accumulate capitals and to have time, and also have what should we learn. And how about chapter 30? The chapter 30 is also very important, because as we know that after we have the strategies, and we need to do what? We need to manage our money, right? It's called money management, which is, we can say today we can make like 10 grand, 10,000 today, but tomorrow we lose out 15,000. And eventually we lose, because the money management which is not so effective, right? So that means people one lose, one loss, but we still lose money. So we need to actually understand how to form a very good money strategy. I'm going to share with you on chapter 30. And how about chapter 40? Chapter 40 is things like winners and the winner mindset, because we truly understand most 80 to 90% of win trade or win investors, which is come from emotion. It's a very effective emotion control. and they have a very good mindset on that. So we need to really go in depth and understand what kind of the dilemma that we need to avoid, okay? And also from chapter 15, because we know that psychology is so important, the emotion is so significant, whereby I found one of the way, and I quoted this way, which is called Training Psychology Surveillance System. It's called 6 steps. Under this TPSS, we follow through the 6 steps, then we can actually effectively control our emotion and can help us to invest and trade effectively. And let's take a look from chapter 16. As we know, the market will not move in the bull way for forever, right? It's divided into like uptrend, downtrend, sideways, in the quadrant itself. So when at the zone C, which is downtrend that time, what we need to really understand one sector which is called real estate investment trust, because this is one of the one sector whereby is can help us to generate a consistent dividends, and which is a really very good investment sector, which is I found that I actually put it into chapter 16 and explain what does it mean for risk and how we're going to invest in risk. Okay, well, then chapter 7 is one of the most important chapter in this book. I would like to emphasize again, and we need to go through it because, as we know, we invested our capital and we need to create an issue for the stock that we have invested for. And how are we going to create that? Of course, we have so-called the terms and conditions, whereby is we need to have a very good company of that. So the good company actually is not difficult to find. We have to really go through the so-called, we look for a good company through the SIA strategy method, which is called the simple reliable analysis. Okay, I will actually share in this book as well as my first book, The Powerful Value Investing Formula. Okay, so after we found a good company which is with SRA, and we can use the best capital protection leveraging plan to protect our capitals. While in the last chapter we're going to share with you is the rebound recognition strategies. I totally got 4 strategies on that, which is help us to recognize what kind of the rebound. We give a very strong so-called strength for us to tell us that the market is coming back. So in these 4 strategies, after you have learned, and you can actually detect when is the rebound. And this is very powerful tools in my book, which is called Building My Own Cash Machine Through Stock Investment. This is like total 18 chapter what you are going to learn.